Hello, this is Neko or Koneko. I'm just going to go quickly out how to install my Ruta Scales because there's some people confuse how to install them. I'm going to be using text tools for it. You can use text tools and then take from what I'm going to do over how and make a mod pack of that to take over to Penumbra. There's also a loose file packer that works too. I'm just going to do it this way so it's a little bit more condensed and not a really long video. So I'm just going to quickly install a new clean slate of Vivo. This works too for Gen 3 users due to the fact a brand new Gen 3 from Timehome uses the exact same file path. So I'm going to make sure I have Gen 3 installed. If you are someone who needs Legacy Vivo, use that. I don't care about this right now. I am going to be installing just the default for both of my Rhea and Zella. Install whichever you're going to be using, just so you can mentally prepare yourself. The rest of this, just make sure you're installing correctly for what you personally use and need. For me, it doesn't matter because I'm just using this for a sample video. Okay, while this is all zipping packing, I'm going to go over here to my Google Drive. First things first, because this is such a big file, Google sometimes fails to load it, so please hit reload. I can't do anything about this, this is all Google's fault. Then make sure you click whichever RIS2 is your actual install. For a Gen 3 user, make sure you click this one. People users, click this one. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with our Gen 2, which is our mat A. So I'm going to start off with my normals. I am going to do default because that's what I selected it to be, but make sure you match up to whoever you're going to be. So from here, you're going to select whatever type of scaling you want. Make sure you remember this whole entire way through when we're online. I am just going to do default boob. This is being your under boob scale. And I'm going to hit download. And then you hit back. Then you're going to go multi, default boob, download. I'm going to go around, default. And so I could hit now, I could choose to make my scales white, or I could go default. Do whichever the two you want, but just remember the whole entire way through. I am going to go default boob, download. And then I'm going to go to my Zella, default, exact same thing, whichever the two I want. So I can choose to start installing now by going character, body, around, and start installing on my mats. Or I can finish downloading. I'm going to finish downloading just to make it simpler. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to go file, new folder. I'm going to go mat A. I'm going to just take all these over like that. Just so I know all those are my mat A. And I'm going to go back like this. I'm going to go mat B. This is going to be my Gen 3. And exact same thing, rayon, default. Now I'm going to make sure I grab the exact same thing. Default boob, download. Just make sure all the way through you're grabbing the exact same files. Now you could say have your rayon and Zella, because of how our new bodies are designed, be two different ones. So I could have my rayon with the default boob, my Zella with default boob arm. Whoever I want, I just have to remember to download both their files. I'm just doing it whoever's simple and quick right now, just so I can show you guys. Okay, now that I have all 4 files downloaded, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go new folder, mat B, and drag those over there. And now I'm just going to grab the view and we can start installing. Multi, default boob, normals, default, boob, download, Bella, default, boob, download, rayon, default. Okay. So then I can go create new folder, Vivo. Okay, so now I have all my files. I'm going to go back to text tools. I'm going to start importing. So my first one's going to be my mat A round, which is going to be this one right here. So you're just going to basically match up the pictures to each other. Normals, which is your blue one. Make sure you're clicking the little dot right here, because if you ever export any files, it's going to screw up. And then we're going to go right here to the 101, and that's going to take us to Zilla. And now we're going to import the Zilla's files. Now, if you want your Zillas to say vanilla, just skip over this because they are unique to each other. So you can also do the exact same for RAM, whichever one you want to do it. Okay, so that's mat A done. Now you're going to go like this, jump to mat B, go over here, downloads, mat B, and open. It's just all about matching your pictures and making sure you get the right scales to the right order. And now we're going to go back to RAM and go to that B. And now we're going to install the RAM. It is a little bit tedious, but once you have it done, it is done and you are good to go. This is part of the reason we couldn't make a quick installer, because there's sadly so many files, but I wanted to make sure you guys had all your options. So we're on our last leg, we're on to the Bebo side. Okay. So for Textiles users, this will be all you. Oh, I can see now I grabbed the wrong file right here. So I'm going to go back to here. And I'm going to go back. Default. I grabbed black boob when I need default boob. So I'm going to hit download. I can put in the back in that folder if I want to, but just because I know it's right here in my downloads, I'm just going to grab it. There we go. And last one. So people using text tools as their main install, you're good to go. Now for people using Penumbra as their main install, you're probably like, well, I don't want my skin through text tools. I want it through Penumbra. So what you can do is you can go to your manage mod list, and because all we had here was like this, you can just go ahead and delete this. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't want that still. What we're going to do then is create basic mod pack. And you're just going to go call it Ruta Scales or whatever you want. Select all because that's everything you just installed. Create. And then you put this at the priority above your body or whichever priority you want your scales at. Just make sure it's above your body so it will overlay on top of your scales. And you're good to go. I hope that helps you guys installing everything. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the Discord.